and discuss topical national issues.
All served hot like coffee.
Yummy.
This is gonna be the best day of my life.
Eagles Morning Rise with
Nacho Prince.
6 a.m.
to 10 a.m. Every weekday
on your number one radio experience. You can count on Eagles 102.3 FM.
Good morning, and thank you so much for staying with us on your radio experience. You can count on it's a good day to be alive, and we're grateful that we have life. As we do every weekday at this time, it's, our newspaper review that comes on here at this time. It's called The Pages, and we'd love to hear from you as we discuss the headlines this morning. Looking at headlines from this day newspaper, The Guardian, Daily Trust, as well as The Punch, if we have the time for all of these. But in the meantime, let's begin this morning with the Daily Trust newspaper. If you have the numbers, keep them really close. If you don't, all right, take them down. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. You can also send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 090-9705-4450 if any of the headlines tickle your interest this morning. Let's begin with Daily Trust. And from Daily Trust newspaper, INEC, why we postponed Guber elections. Okay, so we'll bring that. INEC, why we postponed governorship election. By the way, INEC has postponed the governorship elections, in case you have missed that. Well, we'll find out why INEC has postponed the governorship elections. Let's read. And by the way, they got the nod of the Court of Appeal to go ahead and reconfigure the beavers. Now, the question that I would ask is if they could or they knew. Like I read yesterday to you when we closed, that they had the powers to shift the elections or postpone the elections. If they knew that they could shift the elections by 1 week, why didn't they just postpone the elections and have the political parties scrutinize the documents or scrutinize the materials used in the election? Why first go and get the nod to reconfigure before postponing the elections? Anyway, moving on, I'll let you tell me what you think about it. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, last night postponed the Saturday, March 11 governorship and state assembly elections to March 18, 2023. The commission announced the postponement of the elections at the end of its management meeting chaired by the chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu, in Abuja. The commission, in a statement issued at 11:20 p.m. by its National Commissioner and Chairman Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, said the postponement was as a result of the litigation against the electoral body. Take that again. It said the postponement was as a result of the litigation against the electoral body. It said the following Wednesday's ruling by the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal on the reconfiguration of the BVAS used for the presidential election held on February 25, 2023, the commission met to assess its impact on its preparation for the governorship and state houses of assembly elections scheduled for March 11, 2023. Recall that on March 3, 2023, the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal gave an ex parte order for some political parties to inspect materials used for the presidential election, including the forensic inspection of over 176,000 beavers used in the election, which are located in INEC local governments area offices across the country. Let's move on from there. Well, now you have it. Bandits kill 6, abduct many in fresh Niger attack. Bandits kill 6, abduct many in fresh Niger attack. Now, we're beginning to hear about them again. Someone said just immediately after, hours or a few days after the Supreme Court made that ruling on the new Naira redesign, bandits have begun to strike again. In Kaduna yesterday, another 6 people were killed. 6 vigilantes were killed in Kaduna. It's just unfortunate. Moving on. Naira, CBN's non-compliance with Supreme Court verdicts, contemptuous. Yadudu and Falana. So recall that the CBN had issued a statement to say, well, nothing concerns us with those issuing old Naira notes. That they haven't ordered banks or commercial banks or the DMBs now any instruction to issue old Naira 1,500 Naira notes. So, well, apparently, the CBN is saying if you collect the old Naira notes, you're on your own. Well, for how long would that be before they reverse themselves? Or would we just continue to have these disobedience to court orders? And I said it earlier, some months ago, that, well, it would not be new if the federal government does not obey court orders. Some people say, why would I say that? Well, NAF airstrikes kill pregnant woman, 2 teens in Kaduna. NAF airstrikes kill pregnant woman and 2 teens in Kaduna. That's another headline from Daily Trust. It's quite unfortunate. Really, really sad. Guba poll, DSS goes after troublemakers. Guba poll, DSS goes after troublemakers. NSCDC puts tactical commanders. Okay, what's happening now? I'm going to do this. Seems like we have. Okay. NSCDC put tactical commanders and others on alert in Ogun. Police kill 1, arrest another in foiled bandit attack in Katsina. Again, we're beginning to hear about bandits. Thought we had gone past that. Anyway, let's go to the Punch newspaper quickly. From the Punch, INEC shifts governorship and assembly polls by 1 week. INEC shifts governorship and assembly polls by 1 week. INEC must transmit governorship poll results electronically, says court. INEC must transmit governorship polls results electronically. That's according to the courts. Polls. Tinubu, Atiku, Obi hire 89 senior advocates of Nigeria for legal battle. Someone asked, I'm going to ask, do we still have other sons that people can hire when they have issues? Or are all the senior advocates hired or they're out? No, that's just a side joke. But anyway, do we still have people who would be available for other legal processes aside from election matters? Because I'm sure that after the governorship elections, we're still going to have governors and, political parties that would hire more senior advocates. You see why every time election draws closer, some people refer to it as season. Lawyers and senior advocates and, people who have chambers legal practices renovate their chambers to make it, attractive and comfortable for political candidates, because they know that that's the time when it's just funny the way that we live, the way that we behave. Because you know that after every election, there would be court cases. It's now custom and tradition. And so lawyers would clean out their offices and expect, some of them would even take loans to renovate because they know they're going to make money after elections. The electorate will clean up their PVCs, waiting for the 1,000, 2,000, and 5,000 that they would get during elections. And after that, everybody goes back to waiting for another 4 years. Come on. We can do better. How ex-Chief of Army Staff or others diverted Air Force 2 billion naira fund, EFCC witness. How ex-Chief of Army Staff, others diverted, this is Chief of Air Staff? Yeah. Okay, let's read that. It says, an Economic and Financial Crimes Commission witness, Okechukwu Akube, on Wednesday told a federal high court in Lagos how 2 billion naira was allegedly diverted by the Nigerian Air Force Special Emergency account to a property in Ikoyi, Lagos. The witness disclosed this while giving evidence at the continuation of the trial of a former Chief of Air Staff, Adeshola Amosu, and two others over alleged 21 billion naira fraud. Okay, still within the Punch newspaper. Long fuel queues ground Abuja and neighboring states. Long fuel queues ground Abuja and neighboring states. Roadblock. Robbers attack Punch man as soldiers escort Ogun motorists. Still there. Use your votes to bring desired change, ex-minister tells Nigerians. International Women's Day. Protect rights of women and dignity, NLC. Still there, Ivory Coast hands over bodies of post-election violence victims to families. Africa. Hoodlum killed, ASP shot in Ebonyi gun duel. There you have it. Let's take your thoughts and responses to the headlines now. Jump in with your 2 cents if any of the headlines tickle your interest this morning. All right, I'd love to hear from you. Again, the numbers to call 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. 090-7353-0044 and 090-8766-8888. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, Haruna. Glad you're here.
The only prince of the airways. My name is McAnthony.
Oh, McAnthony, go ahead. Let's hear you, please.
Yes. Well, I want to start by saying that honestly, you need an award. The way you handle situations and issues, you deserve an award, honestly.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
I want to start by saying, yesterday I told you something.
Say again?
INEC was not. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I said yesterday, I said something. That INEC is not sincere in the whole of this issue. If they are sincere, they wouldn't have run to the courts and tell the court that they want to reconfigure. And now the court has granted it to them. They extended the election by 1 week. That is to tell you that something is fishy. Yesterday I was telling you about the way the program works. The device they are using is running on an Android platform. And based for the fact that that device is running on an Android platform, they can install more than one application. And if you need to go to the gubernatorial side of it, you just click on it, enter your password, it opens. Then you do whatever you want to do. But they did not do that because they have an ulterior motive. And I bet you, and I tell you this, Ihanacho, once they reconfigure that device, at the end they will tell you either monkey or snake swallowed the data or the information. God bless Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much, McAnthony. More calls. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello? Okay, maybe you want to call us back so we can hear you. 09073530044 and 09087668888 are the numbers to call to be part of the conversation this morning. I'd love to hear from you as we discuss the headlines this morning. 60 minutes taken out of 7 o'clock. And interesting headline. One of the biggest stories this morning is the postponement of the gubernatorial elections and state assembly elections by INEC as of 11 p.m. yesterday. We got wind of it early enough at about 9:10 p.m. And then by 11, there was a press release by Festus Okoye that confirmed, well, the state elections have been postponed. With all of this and the fact that, well, yesterday the Labour Party was in court, and the courts also granted INEC leave to go and reconfigure the beavers. So after getting the ruling from the court, or the go-ahead of the courts to go ahead to, reconfigure the beavers, they decide to postpone the elections. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Glad you're here. What's your name?
My name is Angel Mike.
Angel Mike.
Yes, sir.
Good to have you. Welcome. It's your first time calling.
Yeah, this is my first time calling.
Glad you joined the family. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir.
Bless you.
I always listen to your program every morning, every day. But I thank God that you call the number slowly today.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for joining us. Go ahead, let's hear you.
I'm just happy to hear your voice. You with Honorable Ape, the Great.
Thank you so much. You're an amazing
Yeah,
man.
I'm very happy to hear your voice.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, in the topic today, so everything is the hand of God. Anything God wants us to be in life, let His wish to be done. Because we are suffering too much in this life. So as they postpone the election, it's still good for them to check the beaver. Because all this hiring, lawyer, all this hiring called the lawyer, it didn't make sense. Let truth, at least something to be done once in a lifetime for Nigeria. Let them proud say, okay, yes, in this Nigeria, they are make their choice and let their choice work. So go help us in Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Angel Mike, appreciate you calling in. Let's take more calls. 09073530044 and 09087668888. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my brother. How are you?
Good morning, GB. I'm well.
This is GB.
Go ahead, let's hear you, please.
Yeah, INEC has done, yes, INEC has done the right thing. As court are giving them the injunction, the order to go and reconfigure their beavers, they have done the right to shift the election because 2 days is not enough for them to reconfigure about the date. So they have to set the date. They have to set some presidential, now reconfigure for National Assembly and House of Assembly and for governors. 2 days will not be enough. And if they have gone ahead, they will have messed up things and even create more problems. And this time around, I think they will get it right. And I want to say also that the INEC has done the right thing, that look, all viewers' information are on the server. If you want to access it, we'll give it to you. And that is the right thing to do. You have a backup on the server. If you want, he will give it to you. We should not say it's not there. It's not a configured server. So we are going to court to say that it's not really interested in our democracy. And have the system, and they are the one to tell us what to do. One thing is that so far the information is intact, there is nothing is tampered with. Yes, if I have information in my flash or in my external hard disk on my computer, say, look, I want to go my computer, but I have it in my external storage. So far the same information. There's no problem about it. And so the court has done the right thing. Let all these litigants go and get their iron cast evidence and go and defend themselves or go and protest or go and do whatever they do in court. We are waiting for the court ruling. The one thing I must know and I want to say is that PDP and Labour Party will still work against themselves. Because if the third place say I'm the first, a second place say I'm the first, they will battle the first between them before they face APC. And APC will use their evidence against themselves to use it against each other. So in any way, they make the work easier for APC. Just like the way they make it easier for APC in the election. I said it severally that Labour Party was working in favor of APC, and it has happened. So the same thing being in the something. So when the judgment comes out, nobody you say the people have been bribed. The judiciary is not faithful, this and that. Because how can you work against yourself? Now people are saying that look at Imo. There are people saying that Imo got his judgment by backdoor. They call it Supreme Court judgment. What is Obidu has to do now? If Obidu got this judgment, we did not call it Supreme Court judgment. They will say no, Supreme Court has done the right thing. Let's see how it to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, GB, for calling. It's Mike's perspective there. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, my name is Sharif. I'm calling from Ose.
Sharif, is it your first time calling?
Yeah, for INEC to extend the election with 1 week, I think is okay. Is to enable them reconfigure the beavers, as they said. But there's one thing about we, the people in Nigeria as a whole, we don't have the culture of if you participate in election and maybe one party win, the other party must say the result is not free and fair. It must go to court. Right from when I was born, I have experience of election. I've never seen any election, be it presidential or any other election, that if one party wins, the other party will not challenge it, either by violence or by going to court and so on. So we should be like some other advanced countries in which if somebody, if you win elections, let the other party prepare themselves against the next one. So that is just my contribution this morning.
Thank you very much, Sheriff, for calling. Appreciate you and appreciate your thoughts as well. Okay, keep the conversation going. 090-7353-0044 and 090-87668888. Adopt the spirits of sportsmanship. When you lose, just congratulate the other person and move on. Try again next time. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Prince.
Good morning.
Good
Moses,
morning.
good to have you.
God bless you.
How's your family?
Well, postponement of gubernatorial election. Announcement of election when everybody is asleep. To postpone again when most people are asleep. Well, God will help us. President direct all the way from Qatar or Dubai. I don't know where he was coming from. Direct to his state. And election brief postponed, and he has gone there to take part of the election. This is not a surprising thing. For the whole president, all these things on the ground moving in this country is not aware, direct to his state, to go and partake election and surprisingly in his state. And this announcement came this morning. Who is controlling who in this country? The central bank, there was an issue from the appellate court that new Naira note and the old one should be circulation till December. And banks, some commercial banks have started issuing the old Naira note. And the central bank governor is still mute over this issue. No comment. What is going on in this country? The individual will come and give his own directive. Who is really controlling the affairs of this country? Yeah, so I don't know the way this country is going. Yeah, we need to think deeply. At least if something like this is coming up, we should know who is in the affairs of what is going on. Supreme Court this order, Central Bank governor give order. Head of state give order. Governors give order. You see governor in their own state giving order for the whole Nigerians. So, what is going on? So, do we even have a leader who will make it say? There are things going on the ground, and everybody is saying different things, and nobody is coming up to stand. What is going on? Everybody is confused. Who are we to follow? Are we to follow the governor? Are we to follow the Supreme Court? Are we to follow the Central Bank? Are we to follow the commercial bank? Yesterday I heard on news, some people went to banks. They gave them these old notes. And when they went to the market, they refused to collect these old notes. And when they returned this money again back to the bank, that this money we take it to, they refused to accept it to. The bank that gave them the money refused to accept it. What is going on in this country? Thank you. God will help us. Thank you, Yana.
Thank you so much, Moses. Thank you very much. There's a lot of confusion in the country. And again, you wonder why everyone just wants to do whatever they want. Isn't this what is called a banana republic or a lawless place or lawless state? A situation where the judiciary gives an order and no one obeys it. Doesn't that make us a lawless people? I'm just wondering. Hello, good morning.
My name is Oba calling from Chikoyi, actually.
Did you say Uba?
Yes.
Uba, you're a first-time caller. I'm very well. Good to have you.
Yes, I'm a first-time caller.
Glad you're here this morning. Thank you for joining us.
Actually, with everything that is happening in the nation and everything, there should be a level of transparency. And that is why the things between the Labour Party, the PDP, and the APC are being challenged in court because they notice that INEC has actually breached some of their constitution that they laid out and everything that they said that they will do during this election, having in mind that the federal government has already invested a huge sum of money into this very election, which was jeopardized. Sorry for using that word, which was jeopardized by this independent body. So if like the last two callers said, that ever since he was born, he hasn't seen where the opposition party has set the defeat. If you notice that in presenting or when election is being conducted, there is, something that is not clear to you, you have to challenge the results and all that, and which INEC did never, they have never, and they did not even accept to, upload the results on the BVAS that day so that everybody can see it. And that should be the definition of transparency, if I'm not mistaken. So if His Excellency the Peter Obi is actually challenging the INEC and he has taken the case to court, then they should leave it. And also the court should, do justice to that, to make sure that the person that wins the case is being given the mandate and all that. Right. So that is my own contribution. The person shouldn't actually say, because Jonathan himself, actually accepted the defeat and gave the office to His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, which actually did not cause any havoc or any or disrupt peace in the nation. So he shouldn't actually say that. Thank you very much. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much, Uba. Appreciate you calling in. And the conversation continues. Keep the numbers close. I'll bring you headlines from the Guardian newspaper now. The number is 09073530044 and 09087668888. You can send SMS and WhatsApp messages to 09097054450. And from the Guardian newspaper, listen to this one. How Nigerians should demonstrate against sham February 25 polls by Atiku. How Nigerians should demonstrate against sham February 25 poll by Atiku. It's interesting. I'd love to read the story. Let's see. Some of you may not understand why this is interesting. Okay. It says presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, yesterday suggested a better way for Nigerians to demonstrate against the sham election of February 25. Atiku, according to to results released by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Okay, what's happening now? Get out of my face. Please pardon. Okay. According to results released by Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), emerged second after the winner Bola Tinubu of the All Progressives Congress. The former vice president thanks Nigerians immensely for their high sense of patriotism in braving the odds to perform their civic responsibility during the presidential election. Quoting him, "I truly appreciate their resilience, tenacity, and courage," he said in a signed statement, noting it is indeed heartwarming that they have faith in rescuing and rebuilding our great country as envisioned by our great party, the PDP. Atiku said, as attested to by both local and international observers, the results of the February 25 presidential election, as announced by INEC, was grossly tainted and did not reflect the will of the electorate. Nigerians have demonstrated against the blatant injustice through different mediums, and for that I thank them for their non-violent conduct despite provocations. Indeed, what INEC did in announcing the manipulated results was a clear breach of not only the 2023 Electoral Act, but also its own guidelines, which the Electoral Commission had repeatedly claimed would uphold the standards we had seen in the Osun and Ekiti elections. I would have loved to read further, but I'll leave that now. Okay, it goes on after several others. Now this is where I'm interested in. We must continue to show resilience in the defense of our democracy and in the exercise of our rights to vote. Quoting him again, quote, "Consequently, I urge all our supporters to turn out in large numbers on March 11 to cast their votes for the PDP in the governorship and state houses of assembly elections. There's no better way to demonstrate against the sham of an election of February 25 than for patriotic citizens like you to turn out en masse this Saturday to vote for the greater and prosperous Nigeria as envisioned by the PDP. All right, so that's it. Apparently, you're not going to go out to vote on Saturday, that's 11th, but you're going to vote on the 18th, hopefully, if no other postponement or cancellation comes up. Okay. Why Ayade lost Cross River North senatorial election. Akere Market Auto Spare Market fire. Controversy trails death of 65-year-old security guard. Akere Auto Spare Parts fire. Controversy trails death of 65-year-old security guard. So yesterday there was a fire at a spare parts market in Lagos. Akere in Ajigule. It has sparked up some level of controversy. The governorship candidates of Lagos and even the Lagos State governor had been to that location, so them promising that things would get back up. But then there's always a situation where these kinds of things are painted with ethnic and religious brushes, and that's what played out yesterday across social media and even some news outlets painting the situation with some ethnic brush. But I'll leave that there. Niger, armed bandits kill pregnant woman and 4 others abduct 50. These are stories we'll be talking about shortly. Keep it with me, please.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Join the Eagles 102.3 FM Secondary School Squeeze-Out Show and be the academic champions. Enroll your school with 2 students participating in mathematics, English, and general knowledge. Registration is 20,000 naira only. And what's more, your school gets massive promotion as long as they remain in the competition. Entry closes on the 18th of March 2023. For payment details and inquiries, please call 090-9719-8377. Eagles 102.3 FM Squeeze-Out Show. Building future champions today.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
And well, the conversation continues. This is your radio experience. You can count on. We'll be talking more now on the headlines as we see them this morning. Feel free to be a big part of the conversation now. If you found any headline interesting this morning, respond by calling 09073530044 and 09087668888. Oshomole plotting to disrupt polls, Edo government tells security agencies. CSOs decries alleged silence by Ayade on abducted female commissioner 35 days after. Let's bring in callers now. Hello, good morning.
Well, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you doing, sir?
This is John calling from the Kuduma.
John, I'm glad you're here.
Yes, I want to say something on the area of what Atiku, what he said. It is a child voting, right?
No. He was talking about coming out to vote and what he referred to as a sham of the presidential election.
Okay, using under 8 to vote.
I don't think I read that.
Okay. Yeah, that is what you mean. Yeah, so the thing is, INEC, I'm so sorry to say this. INEC, I don't know what they have, maybe any other thing here. I mean, plan agenda, maybe they are private, I don't know, maybe their plan. In the north, are those ones that are registering people for vote, are they not INEC also? Are they different from Nigeria INEC? Why are they not accepting all this? What is supposed to be done? I mean, what is supposed to stop? They should not stop people. There is discipline all over this Nigeria. So why should they be allowed under 8 to vote? So that is what we are talking about. INEC too, they are part of the area that is really not making things work out in this country. It's not on the area of coming late. It's another thing. Those that are supposed to vote at a particular job might not be able to vote. Coming late, it will look as if it's a deliberate act, as what I said, because that is another way of not allowing particular set of people to vote. That's what people will be shouting, you read this election. And you're saying that your this is not working. So it's another excuse, very bad excuse that to make people say that you read the election. Okay. So I want INEC to sit back. If they have not learned that system, they should go and learn it. I have what I'm doing now. If I have not learned it to a particular city, I would not say I'll be accommodated and also given them where I'm staying. So that's just it. America don't look at what your certificate, whatever. They look at what your skill you have. Even our footballers. Absolutely. So learn it. Let them system work perfectly. You can't be using a material hand to operate the whole nation, so-called Nigeria. The former prominent nation in Africa.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. John. Let's get on with more calls. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my friends. How do you do?
I'm very well, Mayowa. Good to have you.
Thank you. Yes. Atiku, I believe Atiku is still living under an illusion. It's his right to contest the outcome of the election. But if he's believing that something will go in his way, I think to me it's an illusion. And what I want to advise them is that even the little that is in their hand, we'll see collect it from them. All their propaganda that they have put in place before the election, everything now is now open to everybody that it was just a dream. We've told them from day one they do not have the interest of Nigeria and they don't have capacity. The person that Nigerians see that can do the job is the person they have voted for. And the Beavers has done a good job. He has denied them from thumb printing. This is the first election I see that vote will come from Beaver State that will be less than 1 million. In the history of Nigeria, go and check. The 5 elections I've seen, no vote from River State presidential election that was less than 2 million. In Katsina, the last election was almost 4 million. Because people will sit down in their house and be thumb printing. Whether even a baby of 1 day, they will force her, you see her hand to thumb print paper. But with Beavers, it's a revolution. And that's why so many people are accusing INEC chairman. The man that has done a good job, the man that should be commended and be given national award by blocking those loopholes. I think to me, by my personal assessment, I keep saying it, by my personal assessment, this is one of the best elections in the history of Nigeria. My prince, go and check the results of the election of Nigeria in 1979 and the one of 1983. Shagari got 12 point something million. The total vote cast in 1983 was over 25 million. And the registered voter then was over 65 million. What was the population of Nigeria then? Nigeria was about 70 million.
Yeah.
And registered voter, 65 million.
Saw the analysis
Even at
some
my
time
age
ago.
then,
It was
in
very
in
funny.
my compound, you will see them, Fedeco, they will be thumb printing ahead of the election. This is the best election in the history of Nigeria. Well, God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Appreciate you calling in as usual. Moving on. Let's see. Do we get more headlines or do we just go on, with the calls? Okay, so listen. Deployment of ICT director not reason for Beavers technical hitch. INEC chairman. Deployment of ICT director not reason for Beavers technical hitch, says INEC chairman. So there's this story. Some time ago, just before the elections, some months before the elections, the ICT director who was said to have developed the Beavers, led the team that developed Beavers and all, was redeployed to Enugu. We brought that story here on Eagles FM. We talked about it for a bit. And now people are saying that's the reason why Beavers didn't work. It was a deliberate ploy, to remove the person who was. In fact, some people had bribed him, to get him to influence the election for them. And he turned it down, and that's why he was redeployed. Well, Anik is saying that's not the reason. Okay, and now let's just quickly read the story. It says the bimodal voter accreditation system Beavers cannot be described as an invention of one staff member of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). Rather, it is the Commission's idea and innovation, just as the now rested smart card reader, a source in INEC has said, while reacting to a statement. A recent media report which alluded that the deployment of an INEC staff member, Chidi Nwafo, former ICT director of INEC, was principally responsible for inside technical hitches that led to the failure of Beavers in the February 25 poll. The INEC source stated that having decided to invent Beavers, the commission gave the assignments to the most relevant department within the commission, namely the ICT, to bring the idea into fruition. Okay, the source explained the ICT department is populated by a sizable number of brilliant engineers and IT experts who worked very hard as a team for several months to successfully actualize the commission's dream. After completing the assignment of designing the Beavers, the ICT department notified the commission. Therefore, it is important or improper to insinuate that the former director of ICT or any other staff for that matter single-handedly designed Beavers. Well, again, critics will say if a person leads a team that develops something in ICT, the leader of the team is considered, a very key in that department. If you lead a team at any capacity, if you worked before, you're giving credit for, most of the work, and it just means that you should know more. You should be able to manage your team to a large extent and, control what goes on and what went on during the process. So, the redeployment has met many Nigerians with some level of, and the man was redeployed to Enugu to an administrative position in Enugu, and many people are wondering why. Why would you have a person who has led the team to successfully complete a task? Just before the task was deployed, you remove him. It raises suspicion, doesn't it? Anyway, leave that. INEC shifts governorship and state assembly polls to 18th March. That's in this day newspaper. Soludo in survival battle for Anambra assembly seats. Omwagege as Delta's best choice for governor. Tinubu must harness our demography and numerical value. Okay. And numerical value to make progress. Women's role invaluable. Let's bring in another caller. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, so good morning.
Good morning to you, Michael.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
The governorship election has been postponed. But one of those questions that will keep on asking is to INECO is that we were told they want to reconfigure the beaver for them to go into the governorship election. I want to ask, does it mean that all the beaver they bought, because I believe that they have an excess of beavers, are they been able to use all of them only for the presidential election? Why must it be their particular one that we use for presidential election they want to go and reconfigure? And in any case, is it not possible, since we are not conducting this election in one day, as we conducted the presidential and the National Assembly election, why don't we have a different beaver for the presidential and this thing, differently, and they have also the one of the governors differently? Why must it be the same beaver that we used to conducting a presidential election, and they will not use it again for gubernatorial election? You understand? So, because some of us, when they say they want to reconfigure this thing, it is not possible. If you tamper with it, it means that the name and whatever, we get it's just like a phone and laptop. When you reconfigure your laptop, it will never remain the same again. You understand? Those things that you have inside, some of them will be out of it. And that is why it is important, because the INEC should also know that at the end of the day, because of the litigation, the people want to have the evidence for them to be able to go to court. But finally, we're also happy that they have postponed the election, perhaps for those who want to go to court to expect the beavers. I think it's a good one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Inspection or whatever would be probably done after the Guber elections, and they may not be able to inspect the beavers directly. Now they would have to inspect whatever is saved up at the back end server. Let's bring in Anthony Witness. Good morning.
Prissy Henacho, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Anthony Witness.
Glad you're here.
I just want to go straight to the headline. You read that DSS move against troublemakers. And I cannot ascertain the definition of troublemakers. I don't know who are these troublemakers, so that it will not end up, because this nation, it seems that what is black is white and what is white is black. Let it not be that the troublemakers they are moving against are those who they feel are working or speaking against the powers that be. And at the end of the day, you see people displaying impunity here and there without being touched. I just want to ask this question. Do we still have government in this nation? Where has DSS be? The Nigerian police and their likes, where have they been? Because in my social media, I see people come out to threaten group of people, threaten them with death, threaten them with a brimstone and fire. And you will even see it happen in reality. Because as I speak to you, we've heard the stories, we have seen it, where people, business premises were being burnt down. And as we speak, I've not heard of any single person being arrested. Unfortunately, the people who are making these threats are not just sending voice notes as like trying to hide a little. It is video presentation. And up till now, nobody has been arrested, to the best of my knowledge. It's like they are untouchables. They can do whatever they want to do in this nation. Do we still have government in this nation? Why is there display of impunity here and there? Probably because these people are speaking for the powers that be. And at the same time, other people, if somebody starts to ask a question, so far it's not from the quarter that is the power that be, the person they will start hunting for the person. Even his shadow will be arrested. So what is exactly happening in this nation? Why is this happening? If this is not addressed, there's going to come up more people like that, because everybody are watching. They are seeing what is happening, and these people are not being called to book. More people will rise up like that. They will threaten people. They will even take action, because they know that there is no consequence to this. Please, if these SS are moving against troublemakers, let it be true troublemakers. And all these people that are prominent in social media threatening people, let us see them being arrested. That is very, very important. We will go to where they are burning down markets and the business premises. You will be surprised that sometimes the policemen will stand around and they will not lift a finger to help. And this has happened over and over and over. Nobody is being called to the book. So it's unfortunate. So, in fact, may God help us in this nation. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Moving on. More messages here. This one's from Olami says court granting INEC request to reconfigure beavers is diversionary and misleading. No wonder both INEC and APC has been so boastful that oppositions should go to court, as if court is under their control. Those saying opposition should move on after the sham election conducted by INEC, a bunch of bundled. Okay. Keep it easy. Take it easy. Please do not insult anyone. Okay, we can't take those terms. Perhaps they are APC apologists. I don't know when it has become a crime for someone to challenge an obvious injustice. Let me thank you very much for your thoughts. I understand that sometimes emotions run wild, but please, let's put it on the check. All right, that's going to be good. Okay, Chuku is here. Okay, Chuku, good morning to you.
Yeah, Nacho.
Good morning.
Yeah, Nacho, good morning. My name is Okechuku.
Glad you're here.
I want to react on the headline that said bandit kill people in Kaduna. You see, bandits have started their operation because of they have seen that the country is not working. They have looked around and see that there is no law in the country. Because if there is law, all of them will be afraid, knowing that if they arrest them, they will do what? They will prosecute them and take them to court. But they have seen that nothing is happening. Everybody is doing whatever he wants to do. When court give order, Omefele will disobey. Even the federal government, nobody is obeying the court orders, which is not good for this nation. People should see, we are looking up to these people because they are our leaders, but they are not obeying the court orders. What do you expect Nigerians to do now? You cannot get your money freely in the bank. You cannot buy fuel. As I'm talking to you now, I'm in the queue of NNPC. Every day I do buy fuel. And we have this surplus in this country. That's why you see everybody have seen that the country is not working because there is no rule of law. And any country that does not have rule of law, I bet you this kind of thing, you'll be seeing this kind of thing in the country because people will start disobeying the law. And it's not gonna good for the country. And we will not achieve anything again, no way forward. Because even the citizens have seen that nobody is obeying the law, which is very wrong. A country that does not have law, I tell you that country is not going anywhere. At the end, you will just see them go backwardness. Honestly, I have never seen this kind of country before in my life. People will not obey court orders. Chai. Honestly, Yanacho, I'm not happy.
Okay, Chico.
Bye-bye.
No, don't be angry. Don't be angry. Okay. Again, it's Thursday, and I haven't heard from Elder Noja this week. I don't know what's happening. Elder Noja, please call me and let me know that you're okay. All right. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. All right. Lost connection with that one. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Prince.
Good morning.
Yeah, Dominion.
Dominion, good to have you.
Bless you. Prince, I think we are coming to the reality of what I will say. The reason of West Court, it has started. We know. These judges, do they have Nigeria and Nigerians in mind before they give judgment? Are these judges, are they Nigerians? Do they know what Nigerians are going through? Okay, you give INEC, a leave to tamper with their business. And the following day, they postponed it. And the judges knows, they knew that there will be a need for the postponement. Why not ask them, allow these people to postpone this thing so that peace will reign? It has started, and that is the way you will see it in the Supreme Court. They know why go to court. And their people is there. Who is the chief judge of Nigeria? They know what they are doing. Now, CBN and the presidency refuse to bear that order. Do you blame them? You don't blame them. You understand? Everything is completely grounded in Nigeria for now. Now, let me ask you, who is the party that is in power? Is it not APC? Buhari is the product of APC. They conducted the election. Since 2015, Nigeria has been in fire. Even this election period, we are still experiencing you have money in your pocket. But we want to refuse to vote, and they declare the same party that put us in best
they declare them winner with their blah 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 balloon. Can you imagine? And you listen to General House. You listen to the world leaders. You listen to people who the international observers. It's
Dominion would have to let you go now. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
Thank you very much. You just reminded me of Chatham House, and you know the INEC chairman was at Chatham House and told them how the election was going to be conducted. You know, and Chatham House came out yesterday to say, look, INEC did not stick to what it told us. I mean, we're happy when Nigerians were flying to Chatham House to go and talk. All the candidates were going to Chatham House. INEC chairman also went to Chatham House to brag about how the 2023 election was going to be the freest and fairest and most transparent. And then, apparently, it didn't turn out to be what he told them or what he told the world at Chatham House. Good morning, Prince Iheanacho. Honestly, some of the callers on radio this morning seem to have taken over the role of INEC spokesman. These guys can be mistaken as insiders in the commission due to their insinuations on what INEC will and will not do. As had been the case, whoever cries more than the bereaved is believed to be a paid mourner. Enough of these too much sabi, please. Also, the burning down of spare parts stores mostly owned by Igbos in Lagos by the so-called political thugs is like rubbing salt on injury. Those that have been threatening to deal with Igbo traders in the city should think twice because nobody has a monopoly of violence. Okay, so I don't want us to paint this, like I mentioned before, with any ethnic brush. Let's not put those colorations to it. Anything could have happened. I mean, the markets get burnt. 2 weeks ago, or about a week ago, the Maiduguri market, Monday market, went, was on fire. Businesses were lost. Same thing has happened in Abuja here. Businesses, were lost. Monies were burnt, and people's goods were burnt down. So markets could go up in flames at any time. This is not the first time. Ladipo market has burnt down before. Many of those other markets in Lagos have gone down in flames before. So maybe we shouldn't even attribute this to any political motive. Okay, you go on to say, finally, now that INEC has finally postponed the governorship elections, can CBN make cash available to these suffering masses before large-scale starvation sets in? Enough of this wickedness, please. Let God Almighty arise and intervene in the affairs of Nigeria. Amen. Comrade Ulo Bassi. Thank you very much. I wrap up now and leave you with Vicky Vic, who takes over and stops Sports on Eagles Wings. Again, I'd love to say thank you to every caller. Comrade Ulo Bassi. Thank you, Dominion Okechukwu, Olami, Anthony Witness, Michael, Mayowa, John, Uba, Moses, Sheriff, GB, Angel Michael, as well as Mac Anthony. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation this morning. Vicky Vic, see you. We'll be talking with you in a few seconds. Sports on Eagles Wings comes on, and it will be good. Don't miss out on it. Stay with us. My name is Iheanacho.